Hello, it's Carrie here from the Female Entrepreneur Association, and this is part 2 of the Miracle Month Challenge. So if you haven't watched part 1 yet, then make sure you go and watch it and then come back and watch this video. The link hopefully is on this video right now, so just click it, go and watch it, and then come and join me back here. Okay, so if you're still watching this video, then hopefully you did watch part 1 of the Miracle Month Challenge and you'll know what it's all about. But basically, in part 1, I shared about how I'm out here in California working today from the trees, which is very nice. So I've been out here in California all summer, and as the weeks and months progressed, I started to feel completely disconnected from work, and I ended up feeling really unmotivated, uninspired, and just completely out of the flow. And it left me feeling so frustrated and just a horrible feeling on the inside, like I just completely gone off the rails. And so I felt frustrated and needed to do something about it. So I concocted Miracle Month Challenge to help get me back on track and in the flow of business. And so in part 1, I shared that with everyone, and I also shared the little free printable that I created to go along with it, so hopefully you downloaded that. And I'd love to know how you've been getting on with it. Definitely leave a comment below and let me know your experiences and the things that have happened for you and any transformations or aha moments that you've had. For me, the past week of doing Miracle Month Challenge has been amazing. Seriously, I feel like I'm a new person. I feel so productive. In fact, I don't know the last time I was this productive. And on top of feeling productive, I've just been really inspired and felt so much more motivated and fired up about stuff and just really back in the flow of business. And it feels so good. Seriously, I've been coming up with so many ideas, but not only have I been coming up with ideas, I've actually been working on them and turning them into reality. So it's been amazing, and I'd love to hear your experiences with Miracle Month Challenge. So in today's video, aside from just sharing an update on how I've been getting on and hearing your updates, I really wanted to talk about the power of our mind and how we can use it to create a new reality for ourselves and to just enhance our lives and just live, achieve incredible things. And that is all about how we can just work our mind muscles. So I'm going to be talking about that. And the reason that I want to talk about this is because on the daily routine list that I've got for Miracle Month Challenge, one of them is to do a visualization every single day. And when I did a reflection on the past week and just was thinking about what had been working and what hadn't with Miracle Month, for me, the visualization part had been the biggest struggle. For some reason, I just felt like I still had a million different things going on in my head, and I was finding it really hard to sit down and visualize one thing. And I feel like when we become disconnected from our goals and our dreams, and when we get out of the flow of business, I think it becomes really difficult to actually visualize what we want because we just feel so scattered. And getting back into the habit of visualizing things again can sometimes be a bit of a challenge, and that is definitely how I've been feeling. Even though I know visualization is so powerful and it's something that I've loved to do in the past, I just felt like I'd slipped out of the habit of doing it, and I just needed a little bit of I needed to work on it to get back into it. And one of the other reasons why I really wanted to get back into visualization is because I was listening to an audiobook recently, and the audiobook is phenomenal. I'm not going to actually say the title of the audiobook just in case anyone happens to be listening to it or reading the book at the moment, but I will leave I'll leave a note below on this post to let you know what the book is if you want to go and read it, because it's amazing. But basically, it's a true story about something that happened in World War II. So the long and short of it is these people who are flying in a bomber crash into the Pacific Ocean, and 3 of the men end up surviving. And so they're in this raft in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, and days and days and days have passed by. They've run out of food, they've run out of water. The raft is circled by sharks, and it's a pretty bleak reality for them. But for 2 of them, they feel like they have to keep in control of their minds, and they have to stay positive and hopeful. So they do that by visualizing what they're going to be doing when they get back home, and they talk to each other about it in real detail. And not only do they talk about what they're going to experience in their lives, they also vividly visualize eating their favorite meals because they are starving. So they vividly visualize and tell each other what they're eating, and it almost becomes so real. They immerse themselves in the visualization so much. It's like they are tricking their minds into believing that they're actually eating until they actually feel good about themselves. It's really phenomenal. The third guy, however, is not on the same wavelength as them, and he feels completely in despair. He feels that it's completely hopeless and he believes he's going to die. And so while he's in the raft, he deteriorates and he ends up dying, while the other two go on to survive. It is such an incredible story, and it really goes to show the power of our minds when we choose to take control of them and to create a new reality within ourselves. Because it's like the quote by Viktor Frankl in this book, Man's Search for Meaning. He said, everything in life can be taken away from you except for the freedom to choose how you respond to the situations that you're in. And that is exactly what those two men were doing in the raft. They were choosing to respond. They had this reality that perhaps that they definitely didn't want to be experiencing. So internally they chose to experience something else. And this is so powerful, and I think the story is brilliant. You definitely should go and read this book, so check it out below. But it just really got me thinking about immersing myself in new realities that I want to experience. You know, how powerful or how much would it change your life if you started to vividly visualize a new reality for yourself, whether it's to do with health, whether it's to do with finance or your business and success, whatever it is. For example, let's say you're not where you want to be financially right now. Imagine if you just immersed yourself every single day in vividly visualizing, experiencing, having the money that you wanted and being able to spend the money you wanted. Like, in your mind, how would you feel? What would you be spending your money on? You know, what would occur in your life if you began to start seeing that as your new reality? I think miracles would happen, because miracles do happen when we start to choose to live a new reality inside of ourselves. So all of that being said, I wanted to link this back to the Miracle Month Challenge and encourage us all to up our level of visualization. So whether you've been feeling like me and you're just feeling a bit scattered and you feel like you've got so many different goals and dreams and things you want to experience, you can't quite get it all straightened out and actually visualize it. So I want to share with you something that I'm going to be trying to hopefully help myself with this. First of all, I sat down and at the beginning of the Miracle Month Challenge, and I wrote down my dreams and goals and the things I want to experience. So from that list, I then wrote out my dreams and goals on little pieces of paper, and I folded them all up. You can see some of them here. Folded them all up, and then I put them in a cup. So my plan is to pick out one dream, goal, whatever you want to call it, one of these 3 times a day, and just open it up and just spend 2 minutes, put a timer on my phone, and spend 2 minutes vividly visualizing, experiencing whatever is on the piece of paper, to the point where I, close my eyes, take a deep breath, and then just immerse myself in experiencing it. Vividly visualize what I could see, what I can hear, the other people that are around me, how it's making me feel, and just completely lose myself in the visualization for 2 minutes. So I'm going to do that at least 3 times a day, just to practice using my mind, like literally like it's a muscle, and just building it up again, building up the being able to do the visualizations as and when I want to, and just I think practicing getting better at this stuff is just so powerful to like get us back into the habit of doing it. So then when you have something big coming up that you really want to immerse yourself in and want to visualize, it's going to be easier to do it because you spent Miracle Month playing around, having fun with this, and just enjoying visualizing the things you want to experience and create in your life. So for example, for me, I know in the months leading up to the launch of my book, I am going to be immersing myself in vividly visualizing what I want to experience when the book goes live. So I want to practice as much as I can using my mind, stretching my visualization muscle in my head so that I can get better and better and better at this. So hopefully you will join me in doing the same thing and practice stretching your visualization muscle and just making it stronger and stronger and stronger so that you can create a new reality for yourself and just have a miraculous life. So if you're up for this, definitely leave a comment below and let me know. And also I'd love to hear your experiences on visualizing things. Like, do you ever feel like you struggle to visualize what you want because everything feels so jumbled up in your head? I would love for us to chat about this in the comments below, so definitely leave one, and I will see you next week for another dose of inspiration.